Hi everyone, I'm Auntie Allie. I'm so excited to guide everyone here to paint the Arctic fox. So let's go ahead, and the paint colors that we're going to be using today is blue, black, and white. And we're going to need some paper towels for drying our paintbrushes, a large paintbrush, a medium paintbrush, and a small detailed paintbrush. And all we need is 3 colors. We're going to be making so many different colors out of these 3 colors. And also we'll be learning shading, highlighting, and perspective. And let's begin. I'm so excited. So we're going to start with drawing our Arctic fox. So I am going to take my medium paintbrush and I'm going to go in and I'm going to make a color dark enough where I can see it on my canvas. So I'm going to go ahead and just take a little touch of white and a little touch of black, and I'm just going to make a gray color. Not too dark, not too light, just enough that we can see as we're drawing. Just mix all those colors together. Get all the little swirly swirls out. And I'm just going to take my paintbrush and roll it, and that just squeezes all the little paint out of there as well. So let's go ahead and wash those off, wash those bristles, and dry it so it'll be ready for next time. Now we want to go ahead into our small detailed brush and for drawing. Also, some other supplies, backtrack, is you're going to need a cup of water for washing your paintbrushes and paper towels or cloth to dry your bristles as well. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just pick up a little bit of gray paint here. And I'm going to make a little dot here for around where I want my top of my ear to be for the Arctic fox. So I'm going to go right around there. Everything that I show you is nice, easy shapes. If you want to spend more time on a certain section, just go ahead and pause the video and then you can restart it when you're ready. We're going to make a triangle shape here. So right around that size. Your ears can be bigger than mine, smaller than mine. The canvas size I'm using today is 11 by 14, but you can paint this on any size canvas that you would like. So the next part I'm going to be doing is making a little rounded curved line and going down at an angle towards the left. So up a little bit and then just down, and that's it. Just dark enough where you can see it. Now I'm going to make another triangle for the other ear, and it is going to be a little bit lower than the previous ear because this little Arctic fox is tilting his head a little bit. Okay, next I want to go ahead and put a little dot right around here, and that's going to be where his nose will be. And now I'm just going to fill that in a little bit bigger. And I'm going to go from this nose up and over past the ear on this side, up and over past the ear on that side. Starting to look like an Arctic fox yet? Okay, now we're going to do some zigzag lines and just attach the ear. Remember, there are no mistakes in art. Everything that comes out of you is going to be amazing. We want all of our artwork to be a little bit different. So I'm going to go ahead on this side and zigzag it right up to the ear. You don't have to be precise because we are going to be painting over all these lines afterwards. So now let's go back to the nose area. I'm going to make a little rounded V. Looks like a little smile there. Okay, same thing. From this edge here, I'm going to go up and out, up and out, and zigzag to attach. Remember, there's just enough paint on this bristles. Just enough that you're able to see. Okay. Now we will go ahead and do the eyes. So I'm going to make a little dot here and a little dot here. Now I'm just going to make sure there's just a little bit of paint on my brush because it's going to be a smaller detail. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a rainbow shape right through that, right on each eye. So cute. And I'm going to draw a half of circle and attach on both eyes. Okay. Now the next part we're going to be doing is this big fluffy tail. You could be so creative with your tail. You do not have to have it like mine. You can if you like to, but you could go ahead and make it big or small, however you think your Arctic fox tail should be. So I'm going to stop right around here because it's going to be a pretty big tail. I'm going to go up and down a little bit, and then up and right off your canvas. That's going to be a pretty big tail. I'm just going to make some nice movement lines in there that will work into a shadow later on. See that? Just up, down, up. I'm just going to bring that over to the canvas edge. Perfect. Now I'm going to go ahead and make a line here and attach that body to the tail. And the other line here. And you can make your body bigger or smaller, however you feel that your Arctic fox should look. I'm just going to make sure that tail comes right through the canvas there. Perfect. And now I'm going to go ahead and just draw on the chest area a half of curved line and attach. Great. Now underneath this nose area, we're going to go ahead and just make that a little bit bigger. Just go ahead and make that square and just fill it in. Perfect. And inside the ear, for some perspective, we'll make a smaller triangle in each ear. So cute. Okay, let's go ahead and stop here and let's let that dry up a little bit and then we will continue. Be back in a moment. Okay, so the next step we are going to be doing is painting our background. So we only have the 3 colors here, well, one little gray here, but we have blue, white, and black. The gray we made to previously draw in the Arctic fox. Okay, let's go ahead and take a large bristled paintbrush and go right into the blue. And we're going to go ahead and go all the way around and just get it right on there. Not too much paint is needed, just enough to cover it. And just go as close to your Arctic fox as you can. If you get a little bit inside the line, that is okay because acrylic paint covers everything once it dries. So I'm just going as close as I can with my larger bristle brush, but I'm going to go ahead and use my medium brush to get a little bit closer to my Arctic fox. I'm just going in and filling that all through, all around. as close as I can get. And if you don't have these exact colors, be creative. You can use whatever colors you like. You can even make more than one Arctic fox. So I'm going to go ahead and wash this paintbrush off now and switch to my medium paintbrush so I can get a little bit closer. And remember, you can pause the video at any time in order to work at your own pace. So I'm just going to go in. I'll start right around the ear. I'm just going to fill that in and fan it out. Blend it right out. As close to the ear as I can get. And in these zigzag, remember we're going to be painting over them, so I'm just going to zigzag the paint right in between. If you get in the lines a little bit, it's okay. If you get inside those sketch lines. Go ahead and get it right on there. I'm just going to zigzag it right in between those. Such a pretty color. I thought this color would really bring out the coolness in our Arctic fox. And while I have a little bit of that paintbrush, that paint on the paintbrush, I'm just going to go ahead and fan some of that blue right inside that little small triangle. You can go right over the paint lines because it's just going to work as a wonderful shadow to show some perspective. So cute. Okay, let's go ahead and wash that paintbrush off. Dry your bristles. And we're going to be using the medium paintbrush again. Now this time we're going to go ahead and make our tail color and the top of our face color. So this gray here I made by adding a little bit of white and a little touch of black. Okay, so now we got some nice gray going on. I'm also going to take another swoosh of white and just not even wash off my brush. I'm just going to keep some of that gray that's in there. I want it darker than white, but still very light. Okay, I'm going to give my paintbrush a little swirl and swoosh that paint out of the edges. And I'm going to go right over the tail. Everything that we just previously have sketched in there. Just go ahead and paint that on. Fill it right in. I'm just going in the direction that my tail is going in, giving it those nice swoosh lines. And you'll see as this paint dries on the tail, it's going to create, a nice shadow of movement with those lines there. Add a little bit more white, a little touch of that gray. So fun, this movement with this tail. Just swoosh it in. Make a little bit more of this gray paint, this lighter gray paint. Always good to mix different colors and see what you come up with. Okay, now I'm going to put a line here and a line here. And I'm going to make sure I have enough of this light gray to paint in the top part of my face, and I think that should be great. Actually, you can fill in the ears now. And at this point, if you want to make your ears a little bit bigger, you can go ahead and do that. Oops. Just rounding it out with the paint. Now I'm going to fill that in. All the way to the tip of my nose. I might have to make a little bit more paint here. Fill it in. Careful around the eye section. And just going to go, the nose that we have here, I'm going to go ahead and just cut it in half. See how I did that? Just took a little of that lighter gray and just cut that nose right in half, so that will work in for a shadow as well. Let's go ahead and make a little bit more paint here. So it's only the top part of the face that we're doing with this lighter gray color. I'm going right over those zigzags. Just filling that in. Just fanning it out. Perfect. Get a little bit more white. Do the other side. Going right up to that top line of the face and filling that all in. Where I live, it's a little dry because we have the heat on, so I'm just going to give it a little squirt of water just to make my paint spread nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and do my zigzag with my paintbrush at the top and just fan it out a little bit. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to go underneath the top color. So we want to make our color a little bit different. Oh, one more part. The inside of the chest. Let's go ahead and lighten that color up a little bit. I think I'm going to need some more white here. All right. Grab a little bit more white. Make a little bit lighter gray. Ah, now it's starting to look good. So I'm just going to go right under here on this chest line. Right under that little foxy chin. There we go. Go ahead and fill that right in. And I'm going to take a look back and check my balance. Looks great. Just gonna make sure I got all those little molecule holes filled in. So cute. Okay, so the next part we want to go ahead and paint in the under the face and the body area. So now we're going to go into the darker gray. So you could just add a little touch of black to your previous color. And go ahead and fill in under the face. Your gray can be darker than mine or lighter than mine. I'm just going right to my nose area. See, I'm just dragging it right to the nose. Go ahead and fill that in. And just wiggle it, zigzag those. Your little brushes, I just lay my brush flat and just zigzag it back and forth. When you get to those edges, that's all you need to do. I'm going right to my nose. And zigzag. And now I can fill in the rest of my body. The same thing, just go ahead and fill that right in. Right around the chest area. You want to make sure your color is different, a little darker than the previous gray that we used. There we go. Perfect. So this is the darker section here, right around the body and underneath the face. So cute. And I'm just going to take that color and go right around that tail area. Just up and down and all the way off your canvas or however you made your tail. Just lightly go around that. Oh, he's so cute already. Okay, let's go ahead and give a moment for that to dry, and then we will start our next section. If you want it to dry, you can go ahead and use your blow dryer or just wait a few moments and it should dry rather quickly. Remember, less paint works better, and I will be right back. Okay, we are ready for the next step. So now I've just mixed those grays together that I made, and now I'm going to go ahead and add 3 scoops of white. 1, 2, and 3. Give it a nice light mixture here. You can go ahead and put it in a cleaner area. We want to make that really, really light. If you need to add some more white paint, feel free to go ahead and do that. Just going to squeeze a little more white in there. Perfect. So now what we're going to do is very nice light, lighter than the first gray we made, the lighter gray. So we're going to go and take that and we're going to go right from the nose and up and out and swish. And all that darker area is going to make for a nice shading. We'll go up and out and swish. So cute. So you just let that fan right out. Go ahead and grab a little bit more. And right from the nose, I'm going to go up and out. Nice, beautiful brush stroke there. You can fan it out as you get to the edges. Perfect. Okay, and on the body we're going to do the same thing. Go ahead and do that nice curved right over. Just brush it right on there. Acrylic paint works so wonderful. Yep, go ahead and brush it right over. Works so wonderful on layers. So you're doing that nice curved motion, giving it some texture and some movement. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so now we have that paint, that nice light paint on our brush. Let's go ahead and tap it, and this is my medium brush. Let's see if it's a little lighter than that. Let's make it a little bit more. And tap it on your cloth. We're going to do some dry brushing. So I'm going to start at the center of the head, and I'm just going to zigzag it. Oh my goodness, my white paint is just keeps drying up on me today. Let me just go ahead and grab a little bit more. Okay. So I have my white paint on my bristles. I'm going to tap it on my cloth. Dry brushing, you do not want too much paint on there. You can go ahead and make sure you rinse your brush off to make sure it's nice and white. There you go. Tap, tap, tap. And start over here at the center and just wiggle down, giving a nice highlight up here. See how I'm just brushing that out, blending it in. Make sure there's not too much paint on there. I'm going to go from the top of the ear. Just on the top this way, and just on the top this way. Okay, and make sure there's not too much paint on your bristles. Just going to go ahead and fan it out right into the nose, right over the eye. This is dry brushing. I think I want a little bit darker than that. Just fan it out. Let me show you what I mean about fanning it out. So I want to create a nice highlight in through this area. Okay? Right over there. So I want to blend that all in. See, I'll just brush it out. Wiggle my paintbrush back and forth right down to that nose. Oh, that's gorgeous highlight. And just brush it out. And this gives the effect of a more rounded head area. I think I'll make my ear a little darker here. Give a nice highlight at the top there. Right around. And fan it out. And you can make it as light or as much dry brushing as you feel your Arctic fox needs. Okay. Take some of that lighter gray and I'm just going to smooth this out here. And just dry brush it up a little bit, right to the edges. Just a little bit above that bottom. Go ahead and bring it up. Just dry brush that out. Beautiful. Okay. Do the same thing with your chest area. You could go ahead and make that a little lighter so it really pops. Just go ahead and fan it out. Nice little brush strokes. Still my medium brush. Grabbing some white paint. That Arctic fox is really coming together now. And we haven't added any real shadows yet. So you're just making it nice curvy brush strokes. Short. Grab that white paint. So cute. Okay, so now I want to grab some more white paint, and I'm going to start at the top of the tail. I'm going to go up, down, and to the end. Okay, up, down, and to the end of your tail. Creating so much movement, so much fun. This Arctic fox is really proud of this tail. I'm just going to fan it out a little bit. Just dry brush it out. If you don't want it dry brushed out, you don't have to. Just creating some nice blending with some nice highlights in there. If you want to add a little shadow underneath, you can. Pick up a little darker gray. I can't wait. I hope you send me pictures of your paintings. Okay, great. I'm going to go ahead and wash off that medium paintbrush, and I'm going to go ahead and grab some more white paint here. And I want to give a nice beautiful highlight right up here again. And don't have to blend it all in, up and down, from the nose up and down. You don't have to blend it in completely. You want to see that difference. Grab your white paint, start at the nose, up, down. But you can still see some of that darker gray underneath. And that creates so much movement and perspective. We'll give him a little white chin here. Little furriness under that nose. Maybe a little bit more white up at this top, because the highlight, the sun is really hitting the Arctic fox here. So you can just bring it up a little bit, up towards the eye and out. Under that chin. Beautiful. Another highlight on the ear here. Just on the sides. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and rinse off my medium paintbrush. Let that dry up a little bit, and we are going to work on our darker value. I'll be right back. Okay, the next step that we are going to be doing is taking our blue paint, just a dot with our little paintbrush, and a little dot of the white, and let's make that blue a little bit lighter. Okay, underneath the half a circle of eye here, let's go ahead and just follow that shape nice and light right around. You can make it darker, you can make it lighter. But this is the color that I chose. Okay, and around the other one. I want to make them a little whimsical and have a little bit of color in there. Also, I'm going to take that same color. I'm just going to zigzag right over the other color. And now we have some perspective going on in the ears and some movement. And just going right over and zigzag right over the other blue. Let's make a little bit more paint here. Ooh, I'm liking that color. You can tell that the ears are already looking thicker. So cute. Okay, let's go ahead and wash off that brush. Now we're going to go in with our black paint, and you're using a small detailed brush. And I'm just going to scroll it so there's not that much paint on there. See how I just scroll it over? And now we're going to do the tops of the eyes. So I'll start in the middle and just work my way down. Beautiful. Go ahead and do the other eye, start in the middle. It just makes it easier to break that distance in half when working with small details. And now I'm just extending that line out a little bit. Perfect. And then where you did your blue color, you're going to go ahead and outline that as well. Very short strokes till you meet the other part of the eye. So cute. Then you can go ahead and paint that eye in. And now your Arctic fox should really be starting to come alive for you. Not too much paint, just enough to get that eye filled in. But we want it to be able to dry as well. So cute. And the other eye. Just filling that in. Okay. This Arctic fox makes me so happy. So cute. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in the nose area as well. Down at the bottom here. Perfect. Now we're going to go ahead and make our tail pop. I'm not going to add any more black paint to my paintbrush. I don't want to be too dark. I'm just outlining that top part of the tail. Really make it pop. And then around edges, if you have to pick up more paint, just go ahead and tap it on your cloth so that way you make sure that there's not too much on there. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 2, and 3. Get a little darker. Underneath that shell, the tail, really showing those shadows going on. Now we'll put another little swoosh right here. Just a little dry brushing this time with the black paint. So cute. Speaking of dry brushing, let's go ahead and pick up a little bit of that black paint. Tap it on your cloth so it's not too thick, and we're going to go ahead right under that chin. Really make this face stand out. So right out to the edges. If you need a little paint, just make sure there's not too much on there. Tap it on your cloth. We're just creating a shadow right out to the edge here. Perfect. You can go ahead and zigzag it a little bit. That will be your dry brushing a shadow here. Pick up a little paint, tap it on your cloth so there's not too much. And I'm just going to want to go around that chest area. See, I'm just fanning it out. So cute. Underneath this eye, you want to very much make sure that there's not much paint there. I'm going to go ahead and zigzag a nice shadow in here, right around the nose area. Just go ahead and follow that right around the eye. Nice shading right around your eye. So cute. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and switch with my medium paintbrush. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to add a little bit more shadows. Go ahead and brush it off on my cloth so it's not that much paint on there. And I'm going to go to the bottom of the ear, just like so. And on this side, just at the bottom of the ear, little dry brushing, dry brushing my shadow. Okay, maybe we have another shadow going on over here. The ear is causing a little bit of shadow here, just right underneath. I'm just going to outline the top of the head. Okay, and also I think I want just a little bit inside the ear as well. So I'm going to pick up some of that black paint and dust off my paintbrush. Just give it a little swoosh inside the ear and a little swoosh inside that ear. So cute. A little bit darker here under your chin, just a little bit more brushing. Okay, around your face, the edges, you can go ahead and do a little dry brushing there. Pick up a little bit of paint, tap it on your cloth, and just zigzag. Pick up a little bit of paint, tap it on my cloth, and just zigzag it right on the edges. So cute. I'm going to go ahead and outline the opposite side of this ear. See, I'm just picking up the paint on the side of my bristles and just going to go ahead and put it right on that ear. And then fan it out. So cute. Creating a lot of dimension there, a lot of thickness. So I just put the paint on the edge of the brush, start at the top left of the ear, and just glide it down. And then fan it right out. Fan it right to the edge of the eye. A little bit of shading there. I want to do the same on the other ear. Pick up a little bit of paint on the edge, outline the right side of my ear. See how you're creating that nice shape in there. Lightly go around the other ear. So cute. I'm going to just bring this just in on this side a little bit. Oh, can't pick up any paint. Okay, just on the edge of my brushes. my bristles. See, I just brought that in a little bit on the top part of the ear as well. So cute. And just lightly, lightly doing the back of the head. A little dry brushing on the edges here under that ear. And just fanning it out. So cute. And now for my favorite part of the Arctic fox is the inside of the eye. So you want to make sure your eye is dry, the black part. And I'm going to put a little dot in the middle here. Oh my goodness, just look at this little Arctic fox. How sweet. I'm going to pick up another piece of white paint. And in between where the black and the blue meet, I just put a little dot there. And another one here. Gives it such a sparkle. Okay, I'm going to put a dot here and a dot here. Lovely. And give it a little swoosh on the nose. So cute. I think it needs a little shadow. I'm going to go ahead and grab up some black paint underneath that face. Let's go ahead and create that body. Just outline it just a little bit more. Okay, we can go a little bit more into the face here. You can go ahead and take some black paint and just do a couple of little swooshes in the ear. So cute. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and rinse out my little paintbrush, pick up my white paint, and I'm going to make some snowflakes. So I'm just going to make an X and a line through it, and just maybe put some cute little dots around. So I'm going to make a couple of those, an X, and a line through that, and a line through that. And some dots around each line. And then I'm just going to add dots all over my background, creating that nice snowy effect. Just pop my paintbrush right in my white paint. Just tap, tap, tap wherever you feel like you want a little snowflake. And your snowflakes can be more creative than mine. You can add whatever you like on your background. Okay, and where we put that little black hairs inside, let's just go ahead and add three little swoosh of the white paint. One, start at the bottom, 1, 2, 3. And that creates so much movement for you. Well, thank you so much for painting the Arctic fox with me. Please send me pictures of your painting, and I will comment on every single one. I will see you next time. Bye.